Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Emma, beside me is my husband Ash and our children Minky, Dave, Cookie and Tiny Teabag. This is my identical twin sister Sooz. We speak a lot about her and we vlog our daily lives here. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. So today I thought I'd give you, while I got ready, I'm at home, I'm going to go back to Sooz now. I was going to wait another night, but she's too poorly. She wants me back. So I thought I'd do you a little day in the life of one of the days that's just gone past. I've got my babies here. Minky's in bed there. Getting in bed. I've got David here. There he is, my cheeky pups. So I'm balancing you on the candle, got some notes, and I just logged a day in the life. So while I get ready, I'm going to go through that. It's raining, so you might be able to hear it out the window. Okay, so I put my notes there. I'm going to go in with the Revolution Ceramide primer first. How beautiful that is. So the night before the day in the life, Sooz had been sick most of the day. So I cleaned up, swapped the bowls, comforted her, and when that happens she likes zero stimulation. So you just need to take charge and get it done. 11:45 PM that night, I call the nurses on the buzzer and she takes her oxy before bed. Okay, 11 PM we went to bed. 4 AM, right, another disclaimer, everything I put here, you know, some things are hard to listen to. Sooz wants you to know about them. She wants you to know what a realistic day in the life is when you're in a hospital care facility at end of life, and this is just her an hour version. It doesn't mean to say that this will happen to you or your family members, or it's just a day in our life. So to those of you that like to pick apart everything I say, do what you want. This is what we live every day. So 4 AM I wake up and I check on her frostomy night bags. Because she's not been eating and drinking much, they weren't too full, so I go back to sleep. Don't need to empty them. I wake up again at 7:15. I check her and with the frostomy night bags, and 7:30 AM I gave her some paracetamol, and then I rang the bell again for the stronger meds, and she was due a new fentanyl patch, which all the controlled meds are locked away. So we ring the nurses for them and they bring them. 7:35 AM I got her a glass of ice, and she likes a glass of whole milk with ice as well. And 7:45 AM I went and got myself a coffee. Bear with me, I'm exhausted from the last couple of days. You'll see in the next video why. But yeah, I think things are a bit weird at the moment. 7:45 AM Sooz took some oxycodone and managed to have a drink, and so 7:50 I sit with her, had my coffee, and we watched The Repair Shop on daytime telly. I'm now going in with my L'Oreal Paris True Match foundation with hyaluronic acid. Love this stuff, you all know. Wet beauty blender, and I'll just pop it on there. I've already put some moisturiser on, so I don't need that. I haven't got any to hand anyway. Where have I? Oh no! I might put that there and hope it doesn't run down. We have number 7 Protect and Perfect Day Cream. The best. Number 7 is the best. Okay. 8 AM, Sooz managed to eat a little rasher of bacon and some scrambled eggs, which is more than she's managed in days. So I'm so relieved. You know, trying to get some nourishment in her, just some protein, because your muscles run off protein and your biggest muscle is your heart. So if you're ever struggling, please get your protein in first. I've learned that as a bariatric patient. If you're struggling to eat, try and reach for protein, because it will keep your heart going. So I'm so relieved, but I'm frightened that she's not going to keep it down. And so is she. And then we watched Wonka, the new Willy Wonka film, which was absolutely brilliant. Neither of us liked the Johnny Depp one, but the new Wonka is fantastic. It's magical. It just reminded me of a West End musical, which I'm hoping it'll be made into one day, and we'll be able to go and watch that. Around 8:20 AM, Sooz needed to get out of bed and go to the loo. So I then walk round, I unhook the nephrostomy night bags, if there's not much in them. If there's too much in them, I have to empty them first because they're heavy for her to carry. And then I pass them to her on the bed, I lower the bed and I get her out. So while I took her to the loo, while she's in the loo, I got my hair there. While she's in the loo, I change all the bed and also Clinell wipe all the inflatable mattress down, just to keep everything nice and clean and sanitised. Fully aware, again, I'll mention this a few times, fully aware that people can do this for us and for Sooz, the staff and the nurses, but if we keep the door shut and pretend that we're in her bedroom and that this isn't going on, it's a lot less stressful for Sooz. So I like to do as much as I possibly can, and we can just forget what's behind the door. So Sooz got in the bathroom to clean and change, and I moved the laptop to her on a little table because she's in there for quite a long time sometimes, so she could still watch the film. If she needs help in the toilet, I help, but most days she is capable of changing the pads and pants and things. She sometimes needs help for me to pull things up or to clean her, but she wants to remain in control and doing as much as she can for as long as she can. So unless she asks me for help while she's on the loo, I step back. Sometimes while she's in the loo as well, the Conti dry wipes that you can wet and then clean with, she uses that shower spray bottle as well, because you can't wipe when things are very sore and it's metastasising it in places. I can't say too much, it's too horrific. But you can't wipe when it's very sore, you know, and the catheter pipe's sore and everything else is sore. So she cleans with the spray douche bottle a lot. But the Conti dry wipes are folded in a way that are very hard to sort of use. So I unfold them and I fold them the way that she wants them. So she's got like a little stash of them. And while she's on the loo, I just scroll through my phone and update these notes that I'm doing for you. I'm then going to use the W7 Oh So Sensitive concealer, which I adore. Just using my phone screen, so sorry. That little red marks on my cheeks are from, believe it or not, crying months ago. I burst the blood vessels in my face, which was fantastic. What happens when you cry so much? Okay, so 9:15 in the morning, Sooz was then ready to get back into bed. And yeah, you heard that right. That's an hour that she's been on the loo so far. So she was finished watching the film. But sometimes she just cannot get off the loo, which is why, again, what I've written here is that was an hour in the loo so far. As she stood to get off the loo, it all flooded again with new pants, new pads on. So she had to sit back down and deal with that. Yes, she's got the catheter bag. Not a lot drains into there, and what does drain into there shouldn't. It's normally faeces and things that shouldn't drain into there, which again, another horror story. And the nephrostomy bags do, well, the left one does drain a lot from a left kidney. The right one is pretty much redundant. And what does drain out into the pants and pads doesn't drain out from where it should. But it can be messy. 8:28 a.m. I sit in the chair and I put a little bit of makeup on. Past the time a little bit, losing my towel. Oh gosh, you're just gonna have to run with it. Then at 8:45 I get the dirty washing ready. What am I looking for? I then use the Primark PS My Perfect Colour foundation and contour, and I go for the dark. Just use it as a contour stick. So yeah, I take the washing out that needs doing. And check with the nurses, Suzy's med supplies, because we were short on night bags, nephrostomy night bags, and the catheter leg bags, and the nurses are on it. They're checking for me. Okay. Also check with them because we need more anti-sickness tablets in Suzy's little lockbox in the room. She's allowed some meds in a lockbox above her bed, which they have an access to the key, but it's stuff that she needs quick. So the anti-sickness and gabapentin and just the regular meds are in there, paracetamol. I then fold some bedding up and hang up her nighties, and I change the towels in the bathroom. Sometimes the cleaners can't come in because she's either too ill or she's in the bathroom. So a lot of the time just say don't worry about coming in, and they can come in a bit later to do the proper cleaning, although I try and keep on top of it. Again, I've written down here, I'm fully aware that this can all be done by the staff and the nurses, but every time they come in, it's a massive reminder for Sooz as to where she is and what's happening. So we try to keep it just me and her, and pretend that we're in a bedroom and it's not happening. So the less sort of intervention as possible as you can at this stage, that's what Sooz wants, and that's what she finds better and helpful. 10:20 a.m. the staff come in to ask her what she wants to eat tomorrow. So they do that every day, the day before. And, you know, it's unlikely sometimes that she can eat, but she still likes to choose what she wants, and, you know, in the hope that she can eat it the next day. I then go in with the Maybelline Cheek Heat. It's a little blusher cream. I have got another one in a slightly redder colour somewhere. I need to dig that out. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay. 11 a.m. me and Sooz then have a discussion about her nephrostomy bags being changed. They're done every 3 days. So Saturday was the next day they were due. But Sooz is so confused. And it took me an awful long time to convince her that it was the Saturday that they were due. She's got PTSD from the nephrostomy operation being done back in January when she was rushed in under local anaesthetic. It was horrific. So anything surrounding them now, she panics and obsesses about. So she then starts looking through her phone to try and find a date that she's written it down that they need changing, and I keep having to say, I've got it, I'm on it, it's Saturday, sweetheart, and I've got this, and I'll keep it logged. But eventually she's reassured, and I've told her she doesn't have to worry. It's another thing, she wants to keep control of as many things as she possibly can. So that's what she tries to do. I have to let her. It's her life. I have to let her keep control. Just have to reassure her that I know the dates that they need doing. 11:10 in the morning, she buzzes the bell for more pain relief, and I get another coffee and I sit down. At 11:20 a.m, Sooz feels sick, so I literally just grab the bowls. You can't make a fuss. Any sort of fuss creates more stimulation and more distraction. So when she feels sick, I literally just grab a bowl, put it in front of her, and then keep my eye on her. But we have YouTube on the laptop, and she sort of watches that out of one eye or concentrates on what she needs to be doing. Thankfully, 10 minutes later, 11:30, she wasn't sick and she falls asleep. 12:30 that day, she wakes up and is immediately sick. We've been told it's most likely the progression of the disease to the liver that causes that. Don't like to think into it too much, but you know, sometimes I like to know what might be going on. Also, the fact that her digestive system doesn't work very well, so it's the body's way of trying to deal with that. 20 minutes later, 1:50 dinner comes, but she turns it away, and I managed to eat a little bit, but I'm not that hungry. 7 minutes later, the nurses come in and the new antibiotics have arrived. She's got a bit of an infection brewing in the leg catheter bag. So I give her 2, which is the first dose, but she holds them for 10 minutes because she's gearing up to take them because she's frightened she's going to be sick. 1:10 in the afternoon, she takes them and falls back to sleep. So 1:30, I settle in my chair and I shut my eyes. Five past 2 in the afternoon, I haven't slept. I'm watching Come Dine With Me, and my hubby Ash sends me pictures of the babies, which makes me smile. Sooz is still asleep, which can only be a good thing. 2:10, Sooz stirs. So I check her, I get up and I check the nephrostomy night bags, which there's 250ml in, so I empty them. 2:30, Sooz's muscles and limbs jolt whilst she's asleep. This can be very distressing to watch, but I talk to her while she sleeps. I try to block it out because it's all I can do. You can't show her that you're frightened or scared or that it's affecting you. You just have to, because if you do that, you're just adding to it. So no matter how hard it is, you just have to block it out. 3:15 in the afternoon, Sooz wakes up and asks for quiet while she concentrates on not being sick. She then checks her phone and voice notes her boyfriend Jason back. She can't hold her phone anymore or type, so I help her to voice note, and it's best if people voice note her as well, so she can just press one button. But I have bought her a phone stand now, which is attached to the table with like a wire tube thing and a phone attached to it, so she doesn't have to physically hold the phone and try and throw it or launch it, or her hands jolt and she taps it everywhere. So if she can just maybe go like that, it's easier, and it is helping. I then empty 100ml from the bags and sit back down. I look over, she's still jolting, and I just have to ignore it despite how scary it looks. 3:20, I ask Sooz about visitors, and we both agree that today's not a good day, so I message them to say, sorry, but don't pop in today. 4 p.m, one of the maintenance guys brings in his son's sculptures to show Sooz, as he knows that she loves to build models, and they were amazing. I'm sorry that I didn't get any clips of them, but they did make Sooz smile and they perked her up a lot. and she managed to have a big drink after that. So that was nice, so thank you. And at 4:30, Sooz managed a few salt and vinegar crisps, and I popped out to Marks and Spencer's, to M&S, to get some nice food. I need to brush his hair in a minute. About 5:30 I got back, and Sooz was feeling sick again, so I got her out of bed on the loo. She wasn't sick, and she managed to get back into bed by 5:50 p.m. 6 p.m, Sooz ate some of the fruit that I brought from M&S. So it was a little bit of pineapple, mango, kiwi and strawberries. And we just hoped that the kiwi seeds were small enough to not cause an issue, because they can actually come out through the urethra around the catheter tube, which is horrific. But hopefully they're small enough to not cause a problem. And at 6:15 p.m. we watched Come Dine With Me, and we love watching that. Well, and for my next paragraph I've written, Sooz falls asleep 5 minutes in. So I chat to the nurses outside, and I managed to eat some fruit myself. I was going to pop home that day, but she wanted me to stay, so I'm staying. 10 to 8 in the evening, Sooz wakes up and asks for the TV on and Mastermind. But again, she loves Mastermind, and she's so clever. She's definitely the brainy twin. She was born first 18 minutes before me, I think. I didn't get any more nourishment in there. I didn't get the brains. Susie got the brains. She must have learnt more in the outside world in those 18 minutes than me. But 5 minutes later, she's back asleep. There's only 100 ml in the drainage bags, so I don't empty them. I just sit back down, feeling a bit crushed. So I'll check the bags again in a bit. 8:30, Sooz wakes up and has some fruit jelly that I bought from M&S. They're so good. It's like fruit suspended in the jelly. Really, really nice. And she takes her nighttime meds while she's awake. 8:45 p.m, I tidy up. I empty the bins. The clinical waste bins in her room can fill extremely quickly. So, you know, if I feel if they're filled, I'll empty them rather than call for help. You know, the other staff are busy, and I'm there, so I do it, and I just pop them by the door for them to dispose of. 10 to 9, Sooz wakes up and I help her voice note a couple of people and listen to some voice notes that she's been sent as well. 9 p.m, Sooz takes stronger meds after ringing the buzzer and falls asleep again. I try to watch a film, but I find myself just staring through the telly most of the time. Don't concentrate on what I'm watching, really. But I like to have something on in the background. 11 p.m, Sooz wakes up and takes some more anti-sickness. I empty the night bags and we both go to bed. Sooz sleeps through, and 5:55 a.m, I wake up. Tomorrow's video, you'll see what happens after that wake up, and it was a very distressing day. And, you know, Sooz she's really not with it at all. But that's a little day in the life. They're not always like that, and I don't know whether they're going to continue to be like that. You know, I keep saying we've never done this before. This is just what's happening and how I deal with it. What's happening to Sooz and how she's coping. Well, she's not coping, but she's got no choice. She's doing it. So that's that. I've just realised I've not done any more of my makeup. So it wasn't a get ready, was it? I then go in with my number 7 eyebrow pencil. These are so easy to use. It's like an angled product. Simple. And then your eyebrows need to be sisters, not twins, remember. Give them a bit of a brush out. Not going mental. Then I might use a little bit of setting powder. Just there. Just there. Just there. Just there. I've run out of DITL I, but I keep the bottle because Sooz gave me it and it's precious to me, and it's I don't know why I keep it. And I got the number 7 Dusty Rose Face and Eye Palette, which is delightful. And I just go across the 4 top ones really. Just for a little bit of definition on the eyes. This makes a little bit of difference. You should really dab your eyeshadow, but you should just dab it on. Especially when you're getting older eyelids like me. Just gives a little bit, a tiny bit of definition. Then I've got the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Waterproof Always, especially right now. I've still got some old mascara on from yesterday, but we'll ignore that. So I'm just giving it a top up. What are you doing, Dave? I can see your tail messing around. Waking Moo up. What's he doing? You're so funny. Oh my gosh. I just love you. Can I have a kiss? David. Cheeky chops. And then I know I've gone in with the Maybelline Cheek blush, but I sometimes use a little Rimmel palette just to give me a bit more colour. And then it'll be a Maybelline Lifter Gloss on the old lippies, but they're in my handbag, so I'll grab that in a minute. There. So I'm going to dry my hair, sort my hair out. I've just put some of the Wella Colour Fresh Masking Golden Gloss on, which has given me some beautiful golden highlights again. So thank you, Wella. Not gifted, not an ad, none of this is, just things I love. Things I love very much. Oh, I've also got a setting spray, which I will put on. So, that's the end of today's video. Tomorrow's one will be a tricky one to watch. And it is me crying in the car, so if it's not something you want to watch, or you feel the need to be unkind and say something stupid, then don't watch it. You don't bother me. You bother my subscribers. Talking to the trolls here. You bother my subscribers, and I've told them to not be bothered by you because you're not real. You don't exist. What you say isn't real. What you say is nasty, cruel. Your lives are full of sadness and negativity. I just wish I could show you another way. You know, it sticks with me all the time that Sooz said, after hearing what a troll had said once, she went, "Oh my God, I'm happier than them." And it's true. You have to be kind, and then love will come into your life, and kindness will come to you instead of negativity and hate, which is so damaging. So I just wish you all the best, really. And I would love to give you all a massive hug and try and show you a different way, but I can't save everybody. But to my beautiful, lovely, wonderful, kind-hearted subscribers, do not let bullies and trolls ever bother you. Once you get that, it is liberating. It's freeing. I certainly don't watch or look at any of it. Sometimes I'm sent the odd screenshot, and I just say, don't send me it. I don't want to see it. It's not real. It don't exist to me. I don't like to see people being hurt, and they're being hurt. The trolls are being hurt the most, because they must be. It's sad. So that's a realistic day in the life, and I will hopefully see you again with a more positive video after tomorrow's video. Okay. Love you.
Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't leave now, we might never make it out alive. Plans are changing, rearranging all the time. So come away with me. Let's break free.